Cancel your trip. Your sister needs you to watch the kids. That was the first sentence my mother said to me the night before my flight. Not hello. Not are you excited. Just an instruction. I was standing beside two open suitcases, one hand on my passport wallet, the other holding the printed hotel confirmation Mark had tucked into an envelope like it meant something. Because it did. My name is Catherine Davis. I was 35, a compliance coordinator in Minneapolis. And for 5 years, my husband and I had been saving for one quiet week on the California coast. No emergencies. No favors. Just us. We had already postponed it 3 times. Because my family always needed something. Lauren has a situation, my mother said. She needs you to watch the kids this week. Mom, our flight is tomorrow morning. I know. That's why I'm calling now. Like she was being considerate. Family comes first, Catherine. Mark will understand. Before I could answer, my father texted, "Don't be selfish. Cancel your trip." That was the moment something inside me didn't break. It went still. Because they weren't asking. They had already decided my time, my marriage, my money were less important than Lauren's convenience. Mark stood in the doorway, watching my face change. My mother kept talking, listing instructions like I had already agreed. I interrupted her. No. Silence. Then a sharp laugh. Excuse me? No, we're going on our trip. That was the moment everything shifted. Not loudly, not dramatically, but permanently. The calls started immediately. My father, then Lauren, then my mother again. The phone kept buzzing like I had triggered something. Lauren sent a voice message. I shouldn't have played it. I cannot believe you're doing this to me. This training is mandatory. If I miss it, I could lose my promotion. Do you want that on your conscience? I almost folded. I almost explained myself. Then I remembered something my therapist said once. People who benefit from your lack of boundaries will call your boundaries betrayal. So I turned off notifications. At 5:10 the next morning, we walked through the airport while the sky was still black. My chest was tight, like I was doing something wrong. Mark didn't give me a speech. He just said, 5 years, Catherine. So I kept walking. When we landed in San Jose, my phone exploded back to life. 57 missed calls, messages, voicemails, a group chat renamed Catherine Needs to Answer. At the top, a text from my father. You made your choice. Don't expect this family to be here when you need us. I stared at it and thought, maybe you never were. We didn't go straight to the hotel. Mark drove us toward the coast instead. Windows down, air changing, space opening. At a small coffee shop, I made the mistake of checking messages. You've ruined everything. Mom is crying. The kids think you don't love them. That one almost got me. Then I saw something else. Dates. Lauren had known about this training for 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Not an emergency. Not sudden. Planned. And she waited until the night before because she assumed I would cancel. Something inside me shifted again. Not guilt this time. Clarity. I opened the group chat and typed, Lauren, you knew about this training for 6 weeks and chose not to arrange childcare. That is not my emergency. I didn't soften it. I sent it. Her reply came fast. Wow, so you're keeping receipts now? Yes, I was. Because without receipts, my family rewrote everything. That afternoon, we checked into a small inn near Monterey. The ocean was just visible if you leaned toward the window. It felt like breathing for the first time in years. But I didn't collapse into peace. I opened my notes app and wrote a list. Things I am no longer doing. Unpaid childcare without notice. Covering Lauren's bills. Apologizing for having a life. Answering guilt after 9 p.m. Pretending disrespect is love. It looked small on the screen. It felt enormous. The next morning, we drove along the coast. Cliffs, wind, endless water. For a few minutes, I felt something unfamiliar. Not needed. Not summoned. Just present. Then my phone rang. Lauren. I answered. Are you proud of yourself? She snapped. What do you want from me right now? I asked. I want you to come home. No. The word came easier this time. The kids miss you. That hurt. But I didn't move. Tell them I love them. I'll see them when I'm back. So your vacation matters more than family? My life matters, I said. That doesn't mean family doesn't. Silence. Then, you sound different. I am. She hung up, and I stood there, surprised at myself. Not for being strong, for being steady. That day, we did simple things, ate chowder, took a terrible selfie, walked without a plan. Every small moment felt like something I had taken back. Still, the guilt tried to creep in. So I reminded myself, worry is not an instruction. Love is not a command. That night, I saw an email Lauren had forwarded from her manager. The training had been scheduled for over a month. Missing it could affect her promotion. There it was. Not my fault. Not an emergency. A consequence. I saved it. Not to attack her. To protect reality. By day 3, the story back home had changed. Catherine abandoned her family. She chose a vacation over children. My cousin texted. My aunt judged. People filled in blanks with whatever version they were given. Old me would have sent paragraphs. Proof. Explanations. Apologies. This time, I sent one message. For clarity, this trip was planned for years. Lauren knew about her training for 6 weeks. I was told to cancel the night before. I said no. I love the kids, but I am no longer available for last-minute childcare or financial rescue. And I attached one screenshot. That email. Then I put my phone down. The chat exploded. You're humiliating her. Take that down. Private matters. Then, wait, 6 weeks? I didn't know that. A crack. Just one. But enough. That night at dinner, something small but important happened. My bank app showed a failed transfer to Lauren. Sabay recurring. I had forgotten it was even there. 2 years of temporary help. I opened the app. Deleted it. Deleted every saved transfer. Every open door. One by one. No drama. Just quiet decisions. My mother texted, "Don't expect help from us either." I replied, "Understood." And meant it. That was new. On the last day, my father left a voicemail. "You need to apologize so we can move on." I deleted it. Because I had finally understood something. In my family, move on meant I absorb everything and nothing changes. Later, my mother called from a different number. "I don't recognize you anymore," she said. For the first time, that didn't feel like an insult. "Maybe you only recognize the version of me who said yes." She cried, then hardened. "Don't be surprised if you're not invited to Thanksgiving." Old me would have panicked. New me said, "Then I'll make other plans." And she hung up. That night, sitting by a small fire pit, I didn't check my phone for hours. When I finally did, there was one message from my cousin. I talked to Lauren. "You were right. I'm sorry." Not a victory. Just truth slipping through. When we got home, there was no explosion. Just distance. My mother stopped calling. My father removed me from family albums. Lauren posted passive-aggressive quotes. And for the first time, I didn't chase it. 2 days later, Lauren called. "My promotion is gone," she said. "They said I showed poor planning." I waited. "I thought you'd come back," she admitted quietly. "I know. So what now?" "Now you make a plan that doesn't depend on me sacrificing my life." She cried. And I didn't fix it. Because love doesn't mean removing every consequence. A week later, my mother texted. "Maybe we relied on you too much." Not an apology, but close enough to start. I replied, "I'm willing to rebuild, with respect." Thanksgiving came. I wasn't invited. So we hosted our own. Friends. Laughter. No tension. No expectations. No one asked me to leave the table to solve something. Lauren later sent a photo of the kids. "They miss you." I smiled. I miss them too. But this time, I didn't confuse love with surrender. We made a plan. A real one. Start time, end time, respect. And she agreed. There was no dramatic revenge. No collapse. Just something quieter. They lost the version of me they could use. And I gained a life I didn't have to apologize for. The lesson wasn't loud, but it stayed. Helping is beautiful when it's chosen. It becomes a cage when it's expected. And sometimes, the most important thing you learn is this. A boundary isn't a wall. It's a door. And you finally decide who gets a key.